Welcome back at the Jacob K. Javits Center in New York City for Comic-Con 2014. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for watching, for joining us. We have such a great guest here. Marky Ramone is here from the Ramones. How are you?
I can't complain.
It's great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us. You're in booth 1280. If people are coming to Comic-Con, they can go get an autograph, a picture, all sorts of stuff. You've got so much going on. You've got an autobiography coming out on Simon & Schuster.
January 13th.
And
a live show at the Embassy Theater, January 7th.
does it ever end for you?
I just did another signing for Sirius XM radio show. Touring, everybody with me is my singer. My own beer is coming out in America.
Wow.
I have my own pasta sauce. So, you know.
How do you, what makes your beer special? Like, how do you come up with your own beer?
Well, you know, you have to see the consistency. You got to know what flavoring to add. You want it to be different. You don't want it to be the average, you know, like the light beers. You want to have it. You want to remember it when you finish drinking.
I like that. I like that. And your pasta sauce, is it a family recipe?
It's my recipe. My grandfather was the head chef at the Copacabana.
Wow.
For 20 years, in the 40s and 50s. I used to watch him cook as a boy. And then when I got thrown out of my house, I started making pasta.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So the Ramones, I mean, you guys are unbelievable.
I'm the last of the Mohicans.
You are. Is
yeah.
it? I mean, that's got to be, on one hand, it's got to be kind of cool. You have all these fans and stuff, and you get to represent, but it's got to be a little sad.
Well, it sucks that they all died.
Yeah.
And then enjoy really the fruits of their labor. But the music lives on.
Yeah.
And I keep that music alive all over the world.
What is it like when you hear a Ramones song on the radio, or when you see somebody playing it on their iPod or their iPhone or something?
Very grateful. They can listen to anything they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I played hockey growing up.
Oh, yeah.
I used to listen to Blitzkrieg Bop to, you know, get pumped up before the game or as we were getting on the ice. I love that song.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, what's your favorite Ramones song?
Well, because of the movie Rock and Roll High School, Pet Sematary, because it's Stephen King soundtrack, and Sheena is a punk rocker, you know. Rockaway Beach, there's so many, you know.
You know what I like, that all the Ramones took the last name Ramone. Like, I like that. I think it's really, you guys really bought into what you were doing.
Definitely. We got that from Paul McCartney.
Really?
Yeah, he used to call himself Paul Ramone.
Did he really?
Yeah, when he checked into hotels.
That's,
and
wow.
then we took the name and called it the Ramones.
I like that.
Thank you.
But what was it like in the beginning?
CBGB's.
So many bands were born out of CBGB's.
CBGB's the hole-in-the-wall dump, but it was our dump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we continued playing there, and then we started touring the world.
I was an intern in the record business for a little while. It was my first job ever. And I got to go with the senior executive vice president, Steve Helt at the time, to CBGB's several times to listen to bands that they were looking at, that A&R was looking at.
Right.
And it was really this surreal experience, because you'd see a band that you knew was struggling. They were barely like paying their rent, right? And all they wanted it so bad, and he'd be like, we're going to sign this band and they're going to be rock stars.
Yeah.
And you could see it and you saw, but it was the coolest thing in the world.
They knew, you know, they knew.
What was your best, like, with all the guys, what was the best memory you have?
Filming Rock and Roll High School. That was good.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I think that you guys just kept writing and you kept having amazing, amazing songs. That's got to be so hard. I always look at it and I say, okay, whoever's popular today, there's one band or one singer that's really popular, but they got to keep doing it. Yeah. Otherwise, they go away. So we know, you know, one-hit wonders, but we know five-hit wonders too. Right. People don't talk about that. Yeah. But you guys are not only, like 20, 30 hit wonders, but you also live the test of time.
Well, I think it's the lyrical content. I think it's the energy. The band appeals to youth. So it keeps going. You know, it's a cycle.
There's a little bit of an anti-establishment message in all the songs, which is kind of cool, and
Well,
kind of a be who you are,
yeah.
which fits in really well with Comic-Con. But
Yeah.
in general, it's, you know, don't take anything from anybody, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, be treated the way you want to be treated.
You know what's amazing? You guys really started the whole punk rock movement. I mean, it's not often that I'm sitting here next to a living legend. I interview a lot of people in my life, presidents, celebrities, all sorts of people. But you guys really, you made it. You created a whole movement. You talk about Paul McCartney and what the Beatles did, but you guys also created an entire movement. There wouldn't be punk rock without the Ramones.
No, we were a bunch of unique individuals who solidified the punk scene.
You joined up with the guys in '78.
Yeah.
And then you left for a little while in like the early '80s, or the mid '80s.
4 years.
4 years, and then came back.
Yeah.
And Joey said that you were the best drummer and his favorite drummer.
It's on the Joe Franklin show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did 9 studio albums, 1,700 shows with the Ramones. I was with the band 15 years.
It's unbelievable, though. What's the difference between making a studio album and playing live? I mean, is it hard to get as jacked up and as excited to be in a studio?
It's different. You know, you learn with the process of recording, and it's 2 different things. A live show is a live show. You know what I mean? You got to do it.
I mean, you feed off the energy, certainly, of the crowd.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
In the studio, you're recording what you've been rehearsing. So you hopefully you get that right, and then you play it live. You promote what you did in the studio. So basically, it's kind of the same feel, you know.
Awesome. And what about just how you got hooked up with the band? How did you get hooked up with them?
Tommy, the first drummer, asked me to join the group when he left. And then told Dee Dee. Dee Dee met me at CBGB's and asked me. We were all friends. We all knew each other, you know, so. You know, it's like me, Richard Hell, the Ramones, Debbie Harry, Talking Heads, television, you know, all that stuff.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys are unbelievable. Your autobiography comes out very soon on Simon & Schuster.
Simon & Schuster, January 13th. The only book written by a Ramone.
Wow, that's impressive.
Only
How long did
book.
it take you to write it?
5 years.
Can you give us like a story from the book? Just one story, like one?
The Phil Spector incident. Because Phil produced one of our albums. So that'll be in there.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty cool. And are you enjoying Comic-Con?
Love it.
It's pretty cool, right?
Love it.
Everybody recognizes you immediately, don't
Every
they?
day should be like this.
I like that. All right, we got the pasta sauce and the beer.
Yeah.
How do people find out about that? Just MarkyRamone.com?
Marky Ramone official Facebook, MarkyRamone.com, and you can tweet me at Marky Ramone, Twitter.
January 17th, the night before my wife's birthday, you'll be at
Gramercy Theater doing 35 classic Ramone songs.
Wow.
With Andrew W.K. on vocals.
Oh, I want to come see that show.
Oh, you got it? Well, we better get it together now because it's going to be...
I know. I got to come. I got to make that happen.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I want to be there for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime.
We've got, this is cool. This is a Wowee Electric Kid. We've got that for you.
Thank you.
And you can put that on top of the recording stuff if you want in the studio. And we got a bottle of Senor Sangria for you as well. I hope you like Sangria.
I don't drink.
Oh.
But I got my own beer.
But you got your own beer.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Thank you. Marky Ramone, thank you so much for joining us on BeTerrific. We'll be back with a whole lot more right after this from Comic-Con New York.